Have you ever looked at someone else's life and thought, why do they have more than me? Why are they ahead? Why do they seem to have it all while I feel so far behind? Maybe you've seen an old classmate land their dream job, or someone who has already built a successful career while you're still figuring things out. Maybe you scroll through social media and see people who seem happy, accomplished, and perfect. And inevitably, you start comparing yourself. You wonder where you went wrong. You wonder if you've wasted time. You wonder if you'll ever be enough. But let me ask you something. How can you compare your life to someone else's when you've never walked the same path? Think about it. You weren't born in the same place. You didn't have the same family, the same experiences, or the same opportunities. You haven't lived through their joys, their struggles, their battles. We are unique beings, and yet, we insist on comparing our journey to people who have never lived our story. And that's where the problem lies. When we compare ourselves to others, we're not comparing two objective realities. We're comparing our entire life, with its struggles, failures, and self-doubts, to what others choose to show us. Because that's what happens. People don't showcase their insecurities. They don't post about sleepless nights, moments of fear, rejections, or failures. You don't see their sacrifices, their breakdowns, their self-doubt. You only see the final result. And when you compare your work in progress to someone else's highlight reel, the outcome is always the same. You feel inadequate. And that feeling can be devastating. Constant comparison can trap you in a never-ending cycle. Every time you see someone ahead of you, your self-esteem takes another hit. Every time you feel like you're not enough, it becomes harder to believe in yourself. And the more this cycle repeats, the closer you get to falling into depression. Because you start to believe you'll never get anywhere, that nothing you do matters, that no matter what you achieve, there will always be someone who has more. But the truth is, you're not wasting time. Your journey is yours, unique, unrepeatable, personal. You can't measure your progress by someone else's timeline. Everyone is on a different path, with different challenges, moving at a different pace. Some people find success at 20, others at 40, others at 60. Steven Spielberg was rejected from film school 3 times before becoming one of the greatest directors of all time. Vera Wang started designing wedding dresses in her 40s. Colonel Sanders founded KFC at 65 after failing at countless jobs. If they had spent their lives comparing themselves to others, they probably would have given up before even starting. So why do you keep doing it? You are exactly where you need to be. You're learning what you need to learn. You're growing at your own pace. There is no universal timeline for success. There is no rule that says when you must achieve certain milestones. But do you know what is certain? Every time you waste time comparing yourself to others, you are taking energy away from your own journey. So what if you use that time to focus on yourself instead? To improve, even by just a tiny step, each day. To celebrate your own progress, no matter how small. To look back and see how far you've already come, instead of looking ahead with anxiety about how far you still have to go. Comparison destroys you. But self-awareness sets you free. Imagine what your life would look like if you stopped looking at others and started looking at yourself. If every morning you woke up without the weight of comparison, but with the determination to become a better version of yourself. That day can come, but you have to choose it. Have you ever felt frustrated by comparing yourself to others? Have you ever felt like you were falling behind? Share your experience in the comments, because talking about it is the first step toward real change.